You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces. cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey. Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana.
The growth of the private sector by individual sectors between 2020, when we took government, and by the mid of 2024. It's interesting to see how the economy has grown in every single sector. When we came into government, the agricultural sector in mid-2020 versus mid-2024. Agriculture sector grew from $12.5 billion. That is private sector investment. I'm looking at private sector investment in the different sectors. For the private sector to invest, they must see profitability, they must have confidence in the system, they must have confidence in the policies of the government. And let us see what occurred. In the agricultural sector, private sector investment grew from $12.5 billion to $24.6 billion by mid-2024. That is a growth of 97%. Private sector investment in manufacturing grew from $15.1 billion when we came into government to $22.3 billion by mid of 2024. That's a 47% growth. Private sector investment in construction grew from $10.6 billion when we came into office to $20.4 billion by the mid of 2024. That's an increase of 93%. Investment in mining that was devastated under the APNU-FC government. Investment in mining grew from $4.2 billion when we came into office to $6.9 billion. That is a 65% increase. And I'm not talking about public expenditure. This is private sector investment. Private sector investment in other services grew from $47.8 billion to $107.2 billion, a growth of 124% from when we came into office and by the mid of 2024. Private sector investment in real estate mortgages grew from $88.7 billion to $140.2 billion, a growth of 58%. That is the record of the People's Progressive Party civic government. A government that has delivered for every single sector and every single business and every single Guyanese. Thank you.
Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we have for assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why I don't believe that. When I see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When I never see none of them when struggle me not go on. Yo, what kind of leader? Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knocked we are open with doors. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my home. A secret boy is my own. Yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own. Yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own. From the islands, from the east to the west side, that's my land. The secret was my home. So that's my home. So when we been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for we. Now everybody want a piece of. We started reach the sin and where before them bring exam to find a help for we. We know how that full up them eyes, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret boy my own. A secret boy my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but the secret boy is forever my own. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we have for assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why I don't believe that. When I see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When I never see none of them when struggle me not go on. Yo, what kind of leader? Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knocked we are open with doors. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own. Yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever.
Wake up, the day is bright and I feel the blue. Turn your dial, tell you why we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel.
News, views, and what's hot today will keep you wired in every way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Wake up, the day is bright, time to feel the flow. Turn your dial to Livewire, we're ready to go. With Courdel Jones, you know it's gonna be real. From 8 to 9, from 8 to 9, bringing vibes you can feel. News, views, and what's hot today, we'll keep you wired in every way. We'll keep you wired every way, in every way. Livewire, fill in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Stories that matter, we've got the scoop. From the latest headlines to the local truth. It's your community, your voice, your power. Livewire hits you every hour. So grab your coffee, your tea, your toast. With Courdel Jones, we'll give you the most. Livewire, we'll give you the way. Running to the energy, the beat of the street, the show that connects. It's where people meet. We're wired to your world, we got the news. On Livewire, there's nothing to lose. Livewire, turn and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart. Courdel's here, bringing life to your day. Monday to Friday, we're paving the way. Livewire, tune in and feel the spark. Every morning, lighting up your heart.
Good morning to you, and welcome to another episode of Livewire with yours truly, Courdel Jones. It's the 14th of January 2025, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday morning. You had a good night's rest. I did a little work late last night. I'm surprised I'm not sore this morning, but I'm good, ready and rearing to go with you guys for yet another episode. Morning to all the persons across the diaspora, morning to the persons across the 10 administrative regions, but a special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Really happy to have you guys here on the program with us this morning. And as we have exciting and interesting program for you today, we'll be talking with the councillors from the Georgetown Mayor and City Council, the PVP councillors, former Mayor Patricia Chase Green, and also Councillor Dion Young, and they'll be giving us a rundown on what's been happening at City Hall. I think they had the first statutory yesterday, and also we want to know, give us a synopsis of 2024, based on their view, the accomplishments of the council, what 2025 will look like. That and more we'll be discussing this morning with the councillors. Before we get into that, again, special good morning to the persons in the comment section: Lenny Latchman, Ricky Udapal joining us from Canada, Vishnu Chintaman joining us from Pennsylvania, Joe Nabi John joining us from Canada, Wazim Nabi, Rajendra Singh, morning to you, Mohammed Isaf, Dial Sukram, locked in as usual. Special good morning to you, brother. Hope everything is going well with you. Chris, Derek Trupal, Nadi, Mark Holt, morning to you. I don't know if you're related to Marisha Holt, but Marisha, the things them in reach, sorry. I just hope, you're not too vexed with me. Datan Andalal, good morning to you. Umar Sharif, good morning to you. Special good morning to Miss Andrea Matthews in the lodge area there. Prasad Pati joining us from Kitty, Alan Khan, morning to you. Pam Singh, locked in, but she locked in, but she lock in. So Pam is busy on the road this morning, so she's listening to us this morning. She's not tuned into the live. You might see a lot of comments from her this morning. Morning to Rennie Prasad, Cecil Ram Prasad, Chitra Sukraj, Philip Gonraj, Edward Budu, Dionan Suku, Mazo Inshan, Balwan Danraj, Ormela Gusai, Serum Mosley. Morning to all of you. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you. Zoe the baby, Mr. and Mrs. Little, and all the Maconians on the live this morning. Leslie Mangal, morning to you. Lola Harry, Philip Diabru, Richard Stanislas, Gustav Joseph joining us from Trinidad and Tobago. Gustav, what is curfew thing doing with y'all, boy? What going on there, boy? Not a lot of violence, boy. You welcome Guyana and live, man. We all are we here real peaceful. We don't want no problem with nobody. And we police just got the little 1 or 2 gangs we got under control. We not bad like that. You know that's 6 and 7 problem. Right? Morning to Gustav and all the Trinidadians locked in on the live. Mazo Inchan, morning to you. Special good morning to Eunice Ragubi, Regindra Mejias, and Hill. What? Y'all come out with these counselors. Nicole Courtman, morning to you. And I think that is it. Shaquila Bagwodin. All these are repeats. Krishna Deodat, morning. Savita Rose. Ronald Jones. Christopher Prasad, Balwan Ramroop. Counselors, y'all could turn on them cameras. Is y'all waiting on? Mike Bisram, morning to you and the family as well. Maureen Razio. These counselors like they're hearing me. Ganesh Bharat, morning to you. Sharita Ferguson, morning to you. Gita Prasad. That is it. Time to get into it. Ashmi Balzio, Loretta Collion, morning to you. So, morning, first of all, Councillor Patricia Chase Green. I'll be waiting for Councillor Dion Young to turn on his camera, and then we'll invite him on screen. Welcome, Councillor. Happy New Year to you.
Pleasant good morning to you and all viewers, Courdel, and a happy to you and everyone else.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you took the time to be here with us this morning. I know you had statutory yesterday. I don't know how late that ran, and I don't know what were the shenanigans you had to deal with, but hopefully we can discuss some of them this morning.
Yes, we will.
So before I get into yesterday's statutory, as a sitting councillor at the Mayor and City Council, give us a synopsis of your thoughts on 2024 and the work of the council.
Well, being honest with you, there was no minimum achievements, if not possible, no achievements at all in 2024 from the Mayor and City Council. There was no physical works done within the city of Georgetown, no drainage cleaning, no nothing from the council. Garbage collection, you see what's happening with garbage within the city. So there was no works done by the and 2025 looks even dimmer because
Good morning, Courdel. Good morning, Councillor Chase.
Hi, good morning, Councillor Dion.
Good morning, viewers.
Morning,
good morning, listeners. Good morning, Georgetown. Good morning, everyone who's on the program.
Morning, welcome to the program. Happy New Year to you, Councillor, and high spirits.
Same, yeah. With the council be down there.
We
gotta be in high spirit even when we sleeping, brother.
Man, anyway, let me get back to Councillor Chase Green. She was giving us a synopsis of 2024 and the work of the council. Go ahead, Councillor Chase Green. We'll come over to you.
As I said, and Councillor Dion could bear me out. There was minimum, if possible, no works at all done by the Mayor and City Council for 2024. No physical drainage works being done. The garbage situation is worse than it ever was. They were supposed to open Kitty Market since God knows when. That could not be happening. Don't know if it will happen in 2025. And as I said, 2025 looks even dimmer because we had a statutory meeting last week, which was the 6th of January, to deal, an extraordinary statutory, to deal with a letter from the union asking for the increase of 2024 and 2025. We had a discussion. The discussion was they cannot pay until, if possible, until the end of March, April, when they see how much revenue they get in and all sorts of things.
Right.
While proposals were made by the PPP councils to say, look, if you can't, by me and Councillor Jacobs, Councillor, if you can't pay 10%, say to us how much you can pay. If you can pay 5 or 6, so you go. Nobody listened to us. We didn't vote on there for them to agree not to pay the workers if they don't have money. Workers, as we're still working, and everybody needs an increase. And regardless of how little work is being done by our sanitation workers or any one of our staff, the city would have been in a worse position than it is right now. And so therefore, you still have to look at the interest and the welfare of your workers. You just can't bluntly sit down and say, oh, well, we don't have money, we can't pay. if money don't come in by the end of April, end of March, then you will be paid. No, you can't do that. You have to give the workers some sort of comfort that they're working and they're going to get something. So that didn't happen on yesterday's statutory meeting. We apparently that was told to the labor unions, and yesterday Tom Clark read a letter from the GLU union giving us a 72 hours ultimatum to come up with something. If not, they're going to strike.
Yeah. No, let me pause there. Let me pause you there and bring in Councillor Young. Now, Councillor, the former mayor, your colleague councillors highlighted a lot of the inaction by the council. You're muted, right? One of the main things that stuck out to me is the building that is in the compound there at City Hall that's incomplete. Give us a rundown on the status of that, what's going on there in relation. That's a 2024 matter in my view.
That's a matter.
You've muted yourself again. If you mute yourself, I can't unmute you. You can't press the button. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Councillor Young, you're muted. Okay, good. You're good there now. Go ahead. You're good there now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good morning to all your viewers. Good morning to my fellow councillor. This is 2025. We're alive. Glad to be in the land of the living. Happy New Year to everyone. Courdel, I see a show a heavy load on me by this building in the city compound. But for all it's worth, I don't know when we can really get around to the facts of this building and to completing it. But this morning I wake up with something on my mind that took place yesterday, you know. The town clerk read a letter to us from the union. I came in Friday. And the union sent us concern our workers. I came in on Friday.
Right.
And you know what? Before we treat this thing as an urgency with the union, we put in.
I think the council having some trouble there with the internet. He mute there again. I know what's going on. Councillor Chase Green, take it away whilst we wait on Councillor Young.
All right.
Started.
As Councillor Dion would have said, instead of that matter was treated with any urgency, we were told that we ain't taking no bluff from the union. The union can't bluff we. So it's like it's a dolly house they're playing. And so they're taking no actions while we would have proposed that they speak with the union, call it the union and say something to them. Don't allow it to go to that distance of where the people are going to strike and all that. But as they said, they don't take bluff. That's how they're treated it.
Yeah, go ahead, Councillor Young.
You hear me clearly?
Yes, I'm hearing you clearly now. Go ahead.
Good.
Guyana.
I don't know what. I think he might got one communications internet. I ain't afraid to say it. One communications he using. Anyway, Councillor Chase Green. Now, what's the way forward with this salary thing? I mean, are we looking at industrial action at City Hall there? There's already limited garbage collection, limited drainage works. When City Hall goes on strike, what happens to the citizens of the capital city?
Everything goes on a standstill. The markets, if the markets won't be open because the staff will go on strike. There will be no street cleaning. There will be nothing will happen. Even the little work that is being given by the workers of the council, that will stop. Could you imagine the state of the markets if our orderly is not there to help clean? Garbage collection, we're having great difficulties with garbage collection right now in all wards. In my constituency 12, collection. We have not had a collection in the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was told yesterday at the council that most likely today the truck will pass. I'm hoping that. But what is going to happen now is that they're going to put pressure on citizens because, look, when you don't have the regular garbage collection, there are private people who comes around with trucks to pick up garbage, and they charge an exorbitant price.
Right.
Some trucks want $1,000 per barrel, while some want $500 per barrel.
Yeah.
And so it will put more strain on the citizens. And my question is, do they take all of that garbage to the landfill site, or do they find a dumping site somewhere along and deposit it as a short term for them and come back to get money because their business there is for money?
Yeah.
So, and then you look at all the health issues. We have 2 functioning clinics, which the government assists us with. Those clinics will not be open. Prenatal, antenatal, everything there will be at a standstill.
Yeah. No.
So it's a serious situation, not to take it seriously and call in the union sometime today or tomorrow and have a word with them.
No, I want to look at this from a different angle.
But Councillor Dion is back.
Yeah, I want to jump over to Councillor Young with this. Now, Councillor Young, it's clear that it's an election year. We have seen this union align itself somewhat with some political entities. In your assessment, would you see this as political maneuvering to probably push for a strike to cause problems in the city, more garbage issues? The Constituency talk about the clinics being closed down and those kind of things. You think it's along that line?
Courdel, I gotta be honest with this one. I really think the union might be fighting a genuine cause for the workers here.
Okay.
And let me say why. These things are in the news most of the time.
Right.
The council, we got one problem because we ain't got money. But yet we doing massive debt write-off. And some massive, we trying to do entering into these things. We got money, we got so much money outside. We could start sending out demand notices.
Okay.
You know what we're doing in most instances? We're putting our workers as risk. Our workers and their families at risk of not living a proper life by doing some of these write-off. We gotta come good at this thing.
Yeah.
Look,
no, I want to ask
Guyana police force.
Go ahead.
A person who joined the force yesterday, at the next payday, they're gonna be getting at least 130,000. While we got constables who were there for 10, 5,
we lost your audio there, Councillor. We're not hearing you. Yeah, your audio gone. You're not muted, but the audio not coming in. You might got stuck in a car now. But he was talking about this, comparing the salary scale with the Guyana Police Force and the constabulary. I think you might be okay with that as well. What's the contrast there?
The contrast there, the constables bargaining with the union, bargaining with the fact that the constables come under the armed forces, and so they're entitled to the same salary. So yes, we can expect the union to come to us that since the basic salaries for police force is 130,000, they're going to bargain for that sometime after they finish with this bargaining. So we look forward to that, and then you'll have, when you come with the increase in salary, you still have to look at the allowances that are given to them.
Right.
And so the union is going to come. The union is going to come in to bargain for our constables, the entire constabulary, to be paid the same rate that the Guyana police force is being paid at. That's in their agreement. So
Yeah.
yes, they can do that.
No, I want to throw
So
this
that
out.
is another thing coming.
Yeah, I want to throw this out to any one of you. Has there been any planning or meetings in relation to budget 2025 for the council? Have you guys been asked to submit probably project proposals, things you might want to get done in your constituency? I just, I'm hoping you tell me something nice, please.
Well,
Anybody?
as of now, I can say no. There is budget. We're in today, the 14th of March. They're still looking at budget. They're still having budget meetings. But to say they've gone out into the constituencies to deal with the citizens to find out what are their needs, no, they have not done that. I heard him yesterday asking the town clerk to do that in all 15 constituencies. Now, when you start to do that in January, when will you complete that to have a budget for 2025? And that's why I said to you, 25 looks dimmer than 2024 because we can get a budget when again? In May, June? I'm not sure, because whenever they do that budget, if you wait for all of those meetings to be completed, and then you go to your draft budget, you bring it to councils, if you have to have adjustments to that, then it goes back to the finance committee, then come back before approval. We're talking about April, May. You're going to be spending money without anything. You have the union before you. Things, they have so much. Look, yesterday we were told, for instance, the government would have assisted us with the All Boys Town Health Center, painting, putting in new air conditions, and doing some work. They ask us, they have some plumbing work, and because of the new air conditions they're putting, we need to do some rewiring to accommodate those extra electrical facilities. Now you don't have a budget. That's an emergency because it's for the clinic. Your medication, your injections, and all of that, vaccines has to stay at a certain temperature. So you have to have that done.
Yeah.
Now, we don't have a budget we are asking about, but for the plumbing, for the tank and all of that, Councillor Odwin made a call, and we were promised again by the ministry that they will look at putting in new water tanks and so for us.
Yeah.
But we still burdened with the wiring and security, the grilling of the place. Because the ACs are there, and if you don't look at security, one day you might go and find it not there. Those things, we got to find money. They were just baffling all over the place, running like headless chicken. As I proposed to them, have an estimate of these works separately to be done. So you know the security for the building will cost you X amount. The electrical works will cost X amount. And then you could go and say, okay, if I don't have this. One of our councillors offered today, because he's an electrical engineer, to go and look at it and see if he could do an assessment. But you have to do it. Could you imagine that entire council has one electrical engineer for the past umpteen years? Good. So we're still in a lost world of them. Very, very poor leadership. Very poor leadership. And then when you try to make proposals, it's being shut down.
Yeah. No, Councillor Young.
But Councillor Dion is back.
I tell you, it's got to be GT&T Internet on, man. Got to be GT. I don't know what to say. But Councillor Chesdry, since you here, let me ask you. So no budget. What about, as you mentioned earlier, Kitty Market? Are we going to get that in 2025? Are we going to get back the Starbrook Wharf in 2025? Are we going to have an up-to-date asset register? The facility, the training facility on Water Street, is there a plan to probably monetize that facility to bring revenue to the council? Is the council going to sort out its GRA and NIS issues? They got so many things to ask. I mean, do you see this being fixed this year?
Let me tell you something. Only recently, I think they're paying NIS, GRA. That's a big question mark to that. They're still meeting with GRA to
Mm,
deal with that. The 2025 WAF, we would have had a meeting with the ministers to look at a holistic approach to that and some other works in the city of Georgetown.
mm,
Again, the council don't have money to do the to do the stablic market WAF. Not in the 2025 budget. They
mm.
don't. And I don't see anything happening through them with that. Um, Look at border markets. If you go, I would like you to take a walk in border market whenever there's a rainy season. You think you're walking in the river if you're by the fish pond.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
You understand? And all over is leaking. Um,
But hold on, Counselor.
if
We
they're
get
looking at
Counselor
that
Young
in the
a little
budget,
bit. Hold on, let me pull in Counselor Young a little bit. We
mm,
catch a
catchy,
little bit.
catchy.
Yeah, Counselor Young. So I was just asking Counselor G.S. Green, budget 2025, it's a little non-existent, but things like the Stabrook Wharf, the Kitty Market, the incinery area there on Princess Street, new revenue streams, the asset register. Do you see these things being sorted out this year, 2025?
My brother, straight off the bat, I have a think no. We still rustling through things with 2024. Yesterday, the solid waste director made it clear that the budget is a paper budget. He mean the policing on paper. He ain't even got tools to work.
Mm.
Are you talking
He
about
don't
loose
have
tools?
tools to work.
Wow.
Loose tools.
Loose
Not
tools.
heavy duty.
So
You know,
where is this going? I mean, they didn't have before, it just disappeared into thin air. I don't understand.
These
I
loose
guess
tools are
overtime
not
working.
everlasting,
Right,
and none.
overtime working over and over. Some of them are,
Got,
damage
got
up,
you, got you.
destroy. Some of them could be bad handling or sort of, right?
Right,
But
right.
the thing is, the guy is claiming, look, it's a budget on paper. A budget on paper. And the chairman for the finance committee sit there and he don't even say nothing. No proper answers given about these things.
Yeah.
You see?
The solid
And
waste
this is,
manager
look, I don't
clearly
know
said yesterday nothing was bought
I
in his
must say
department.
I don't know how we, the residents of Georgetown, how more longer we can continue with this council. How more long we can continue with this council that is led by the PNC?
Take it away, Counselor G.S. Green.
I will agree with Councillor Dion Young. As
Right.
I said, I don't see a bright future for 2025 under the council. Nothing is being done. The leadership is poor. You don't take your workers' welfare seriously. You
Right.
don't do anything. Kitty Market, we were told at one time it wanted $300,000 to complete, and so we could get the stallholders into it, and so call them
Yeah.
in, do whatever. The next time we were told $500,000. That money was agreed upon by a full council because everybody wants Kitty Market to be up and running.
Right.
To date, there was just to advertise the list of stallholders to come in, even though councillors say, listen, we're going to help, and so there's still a standstill. We don't know what's happening.
Mm. I heard about the GT&T assisting you guys with the software. How has that moved forward? What was the status with that?
There were meetings. Councillor Jacobs was invited to that meeting. He would have been the best person to give you an update. But the update given to us yesterday, they're still looking at it. In the it will not be free. It will be at a cost if GT&T is asked to look at it. But the initial stages where we're going to do the talking, and so that is free of charge. But if they will decide that they're going to do it, it will be at a cost. How much that cost is, we are not aware of it. Could we afford it in this 2025 budget? I don't know. And as was proposed yesterday, if it's not free and it's going to be at a cost, let us invite other people to see if we get it free. I know a couple of years ago, we did had Citizens Bank come in, but they were not the full cooperation of the staff. I'll be blunt with that. The then treasurer, not this treasurer, the then treasurer, who is now there. And so therefore they didn't get very far.
Right.
Now there is GT&T here. As I said, they had a meeting last week. They're still to have another meeting sometime this week. Councillor Jacobs attend that meeting, so he will give you in details. I'm just giving you what was said to us yesterday by the mayor, that they will continue the talks and so. And it is not only yesterday we were informed by Councillor Jacobs, because when we had this discussion with the mayor and GT&T, he more or less said it was a pro bono. But at the meeting that Councillor Jacobs attended, it was then we realized that we would have to pay at some point in time for the works.
Yeah.
So we'll wait on our next meeting with them, and then the council will be updated.
So yesterday, did you get an update on if the screens put in at Stabrook and I think Border there to assist with security, have they been effective?
No, we didn't get a report from the constabulary. But I will ask for that report and I'll give you an update on that.
Yeah.
As I said yesterday, yesterday meeting was not completed. But as he always says, I have the majority, so I can do what I want. He asked for an adjournment to the meeting. We spent from 2:00 to 6:00 looking at minutes of the meeting, matters arising out of the meeting, and a decision of council. Reports we were not able to look at. He said there's some finance meeting today that he wants to have because he wants those minutes to get the next statutory meeting, and so it was adjourned.
Okay.
We have the meeting, I think, of the 27th of December, where that meeting was also adjourned, and that has to be looked at. So you see how we're starting 2025. So it's a very dim road for 2025. And I don't know if they think they're going to frustrate us as PPP councillors, but they won't.
Well, I want to make something public here on this show, because if I don't, my uncle will not let me live it down. No, he's a IT specialist, and I do know, because he sent me a copy of the letter he would have wrote the town clerk. He's here on the show asking to look after the software for y'all. He had written the town clerk trying to get a meeting with you guys to see what is needed and how the software could be implemented. But he hasn't got the responses yet. And he's here on the program here right now, still asking to do it. So I don't know if you, Councillor Cheers Green or Councillor Young, could make some recommendations to the council to at least give him a hearing to see what he has to offer. Well,
I don't know if Councillor Young know about that letter, but I'm hearing about that for the first time. And one of the discussions they make here is that they're going to rehire this IT specialist, according to them, on a month-to-month basis to do what? The last time he was employed, there was nothing, there was no progress.
Yeah.
And why are you gonna pay? You can't pay workers, but you're bringing in a specialist. You want a PR consultant. There was a public relations department.
Right.
When you Braj came into that council, you dismantled that entire department. You have the photographer now.
Department, right?
Good. And they forced Mrs. Lewis out of the job, and then they start to transfer everybody. The photographer now is there just walking around with you doing photo shoots. Now you want a PR consultant to do what?
Yeah.
We need a PR, but have a PR department.
Yeah. Go ahead, Councillor.
Yeah, go ahead,
The thing is this. when they want to make these decisions about PR consultant and about all these decisions, they don't be thinking about if we got money. Collectively, they support these decisions. But when it comes to decision for the general council and its workers, it's a different thing. They ain't got money. again, we can't sit back and allow all these debt write-off. You know, look at the big. Well, from the time I said the word Mike Quack is a story.
You, I was just going to
From the
ask
time you said the word Mike Quack is a story.
$6 billion. $6 billion
Good.
would be all well this year.
Good. Not this year alone. This $6 billion could carry for another 10 years. We could bonus even next 10 years.
So much to us.
So Councillor Young, let me ask you: have you ever heard of overseas-based Guyanese who was interested in setting up the system there at City Hall to have it function more efficiently? Because, like I was telling Councillor Chase Green, my uncle who lives in the States, he gone again. I don't know what to do with this councillor. He gone. What story is this? But anyway, we got keep at it. We got keep at it and try to get this thing sorted. Anyway, Councillor Chase Green, what's been happening in your constituency? What's the number again?
Constituency 12.
Constituency 12. Let's talk about your constituency. What's been happening in there? I know a lot of road works and stuff were done by central government. But what else have you been able to accomplish in there?
Well, there are 2 play fields that are being upgraded. One in Lamaha Park, one in Lamaha Springs.
Right.
The roads are being done. Some drainage works are being done. We look forward. Well, we know budget will be read on Friday. After budget, I'm quite certain works will be done in there are lots of works we need to do in Constituency 12, in Stevie Doe houses, Scheme, Guy Hawk. There's lots of drainage works to be done.
Right.
Just in front of me, I normally read. I gotta do some work there, but I need assistance because the other guy who helped me in my constituency to make sure our street was always weeded and the canal always clean, he is now deceased. So the burden will be on me alone.
What is the possibility of the council engaging the prison service to probably, pay the prisoners a lesser amount than minimum wage, but, have them outside dealing with some of these things? Is there anything in 2801 that can, lend to that or allow for that?
It is not in 2801, but I know it happened. It happened under my tenure also. When we had the cleaning of the cemetery and places like that and works to be done.
Right.
The prison will have a contract and they will bring out the prisoners like many years ago and they will do it and we pay to them and they have. This council and the last council have not done that.
You think that's something you'd want to raise to the council as a suggestion, as a way out of, and then I'm saying for a contract that costs the regular contracted 10 million, prison service might take 2 million to do it. Because the labor is much cheaper, I guess you might only have to deal with the materials or whatever it is. Is that something that as councillors you guys are prepared to do as a suggestion?
Again, we can make the suggestion, but it is left with the leadership to follow because it's 19 against 11. And so therefore, how it is easily shut down. Yeah. And there is this bullyism way about the mayor who says, I'm not listening to you. I don't have time with you. I'm not listening to you. And he shuts you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so therefore, you don't get across what you want. You have to bully your way around back with him.
Yeah.
Unless he wants advice, then he listens. But there's no innovative way for 2025. There's nothing. We raised the issue of how can we gain a rather revenue. Again, we've gone back. Well, there's no amnesty to be done. But there was a proposal that, because we only collected 58%, as was told to us by the treasurer, of our revenue for taxes last year. That was budgeted for.
Right.
And so therefore we're looking to see how the other 42% can pay. But there will be no amnesty. So most likely you will have to have a payment plan for those persons. But how do you put that in place?
Right.
Who is going to come forward to benefit from it? And how do we go about it?
Right.
Again, on the finance committee is only one single councillor we have, who is Councillor Dancing, and he does his best, but again, it's 1 against 6. If they're going to have a special committee, again, we'll propose it. Depends on how much is the committee. If it's a 7-man committee, we have at least 3 and you have 4. So you have a bigger voice, a wider range of ideas coming.
Yeah.
But if you have that stereotype going every time with just your people who don't intend to look outside to see how you could bring in revenue to the council, because they have not proposed anything major. They talk about billboards. Billboards was something and signs that we had on our agenda before.
Right.
You would have completed it because I was removed. There are other things that we had to do. But again, the leadership is very, very, very poor.
Yeah. Yeah. Councillor Young, what's been happening in your area? Council doing any work? What central government been doing in your constituency?
If council do any work in my area?
It's trouble. Use trouble, buddy.
Man, Courdel, something other than tea or coffee, they don't come by. Courdel.
It's coffee, buddy. Don't set me up as coffee. It's coffee. Don't do the...
Yeah, but council do the work in my area.
Ask it,
Courdel, all the work.
There's no constituency work has been done. None. I can say that off the bat. There is not a single constituency that could representative from the APNU, the PPP, from anybody, any citizen could say, yes, the council came in and did some work for me. Even the areas that the council is collecting garbage, they have not been able to do a very successful job, but they're doing it. And as I said yesterday, whatever is done with the garbage collection, I, as a health personnel, I am grateful to the council workers, because had it not been, and to the limited garbage collection, but we are still plagued with a lot of diseases. When we allow the garbage to pile up, you got the breeding of cockroaches, rodents, centipedes, every single thing you have. If you go through some yards, people call me, out of the vermins coming out of the bins because the garbage has not been collected. Those are health hazards. And if you have a rainy season or 2 days, 1 day of rain in the city to mix with that garbage, you know, the waterborne diseases. And when you have that now, the effect is a domino. The health system goes into play. And so you have all of that happening. I don't know, because these people don't have any medical knowledge, that they don't see these things. And they can't talk about it. As far as the maternal and child welfare clinics are concerned, anything on public health in the mayor city council is downplayed. They don't see it as a serious matter. And so 2025 is dim, very, very dim under them.
Yes.
Very, very dim. I think GPL is by them. They block out in 2025.
Hello, GPL got 2 generators that working. Stop it. Councillor Young, come start quick before you get cut out again. Let me hear what you got to say.
I start feeling something I not deliver there, buddy. Look, I was staying on my area, which is the fire.
Right.
And I'm taking from Eastern Highway, going all the way to the extension of Cummins Park and Cummins Lodge.
Right.
My brother, we need to do back a walk to these areas. Look at how many forest time, some of them for some second, some third, from Sapphire small contractors, from Sapphire who are doing most of these road work and doing proper work also. Come and see the area, the drains much better, the road much better. And you know, like the vice president will always say that these these things bring new values to your property and to your family.
Yeah.
You know what you're seeing? They got the land of juice, like a huge bush on some of these fields. These people come and clean up the land. Some of them start building and that kind of thing. Because why? It got proper access now. You know?
How has the single window system been working between the council and the Ministry of Housing and Water? Do you all have any idea how that collaboration has been collaborating?
Yesterday was a discussion where they got a Mr. the person, the contact person from CHPA, between CHPA and council. There are some small glitches in between. It's a new system, and they got challenges, but all in all, it's going to be for the better good and the greater good of the citizens of Georgetown.
Right. No. I mean, I know revenue intake is a major issue. Tax collection from the commercial areas and the residents of the capital city. Is there a move by the council to probably hire more tax collectors so that I heard Councillor Chase Green said that I think only 50-something% of the taxes were collected to ensure that people pay their fair share and to go after those persons, especially like the incorporated company that shall not be named, $6 billion. So go after these people to get back the funds of the council. Is there going to be a push from your councillors to have that done to get some bipartisan support in that area?
Courdel, you're picking me say the word my Kwaktabai. Is that right though?
But I ain't got money to get Sue, brother. Please.
My brother, again, we got the council got a lot of systems in place, but to say if they are functioning is another problem. Yesterday at the actually first day for the year in 2025, we're trying to put a system in place. We got some workers that's called garbage inspector, does it call it?
No. Sanitation, the officers.
Sanitation officer, no?
Yeah.
Their purpose, one of their purpose function is to make certain that the contractors pick up the garbage in the different wards, right? And yesterday we trying to put in place a system to verify. Yesterday we doing trying to put, and we do it. We trying to put a system in place to verify if we're getting work from these people. Yesterday we doing
Wait. The council staff.
This is the situation we find ourselves in.
Knowing if the staff working or not. So how they paying them?
These orderlies are expected to go, say in Constituency 12, we have a garbage contractor here. That person is expected to go behind the truck to make sure they go into every street and collect garbage. So when they submit their invoice for that week's work, it can be verified that yes, they did work.
Okay.
When we ask the solid waste director about the work they were doing, they don't report to the council. Nothing comes about them from the council. So they're now trying to put a system in place where a proposal was done by Councillor Alfonso of how they can do it. And so they can report directly to the solid waste director, like say, for instance, Constituency 12. If the contractor doesn't come today, we know automatically. And the councillor will also know if he or she lives in the area.
Right.
They're not coming today, but they'll come tomorrow. So we can talk to residents. As you know, the PPP councils has been going into every constituency. Over the Christmas period, we would have had a lapse. We were expected to start back on Friday. that confirmation will come, and then we'll go back into our constituency to talk with the people, to be on the ground with the people. So we have an idea when we go sit in council, what are the felt needs of the people in the constituency?
Yeah.
And so we can say so. And we can prepare a budget from that. But as I said, now the mayor, after he would have seen us on the ground, now he's saying to the town clerk, oh, get things. That will have a cost too, because you got to go rent tents, you got to go and get a PA system and all of that to do advertisement. I mean, at this stage, that should have been planned since last year and completed by the 15th, because the budget was expected to be completed by the 15th of November.
So y'all already in the financial year 2025 since then, and you had nothing
and
to
there's
work
no
with.
budget. There's no budget in sight as yet. They're still meeting. They're still meeting.
I don't know what to tell you.
As I said, in 2024, the kitty market was expected to be reopened. That has not happened.
I spoke to some of I've seen there's some vendors on the outside of that market. Some of them spoke to me about the pricing of the rates for the stalls. Have you heard about that? And is there any process to address it? I think they're saying they're paying a lot more now for a lot less space.
They're paying $19,000, say $20,000 per month.
Okay.
As compared to what they were paying many, many years ago when there was not a stall, it was just like a table space.
Oh, okay.
Remember, there weren't stalls out there. Those weren't stalls. They were just table spaces.
And I see they have metal shutters there now too as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that had a cost to the council. And we're even subsidizing that cost for them. They're not paying the full cost. There was discussion to review it. And so that is being looked at. Right. But as I said, the market is in a far better position physically than it was before when you were paying that table space.
Right.
Now you have your own electricity, your own whatever, your own space, your own privacy. But the Markets Public Health Committee is led and has been dealing with that. And again, there's poor leadership in the Market Public Health Committee. The chairman has no clue of what is happening. She makes a decision now and then she a couple of minutes after. You don't think it's the same person make the decision, because when facts come to her as a different. You have to know. You have to be on the ground. You don't talk to one vendor, two vendor who is your friend, and then you come to the council to make a decision to benefit your two friends. You have to make a decision to benefit the entire market.
Indeed. Councillor Young, let me bring you back in here. You've been on the council for quite some time. Give me your view or your rating of the performance of your colleagues on the other side, the new councillors, the new ones to city hall, the horseshoe table.
Courdel, I don't know if you hear me, but I heard you said Councillor Young, but I hear nothing after that.
So I'm saying you've been on the council for some time, and I was asking you to give your assessment of your counterparts on the other side, the PNC councillors, and they're showing in 2024 in terms of representing the people that voted for them at the LG elections.
Courdel, like I said just now, I hear you say Councillor Young, and then I say you've been in the council for some time. I guess you're asking, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Councillor Chi is green. We got to start out Councillor Young internet. We gotta help him out. We gotta point him in a different direction, either orange or something. Because wherever he got there, working. But we appreciate his effort. He's been trying a lot. And this is the first time he's usually have a good signal. Anyway, Councillor, thank you for being here. I am going to be wrapping up the program. Keep fighting the good fight there at the council. You and the rest of the councillors there. I hope 2025 is more productive in terms of what you guys can do as a collective, and not just the PVP councillors, but the entire council, to show some bipartisanship for the citizens of the capital city. I know that you you've been working hard to ensure that persons benefit and keep the council within the confines of the law. As I would see a lot of times when I attend the meeting. Your closing statements.
Well, as I would say to my citizens, the PPP councillors are doing their best to ensure that you get a better life, that you're able to benefit from the services that the council is expected to give to you. We can do so much, but we are outnumbered by 19. And as I said, we're being bullied. In my view, the council present leadership is very, very poor. They're not looking into the interests of the people. They're looking into some other interest that doesn't benefit citizens of Georgetown.
Yeah.
And I think by now they can judge from that, from all. If you're asking me about the performance of the councillors, poor, non-existent for some of them. Some of them have not even made the maiden speeches yet, if possible. They might have been sitting in the chair and heckling, but have not gotten up to say one single, have not done anything to the council. So you can understand.
Yeah.
Right? You were there for many meetings and you see.
They
sit in the chair
all the time. Not a
they say nothing
for the area. Nothing.
But if you get up to say something, they're ready to heckle and they're ready to pull you down. And so therefore, persons should look at it live whenever it's coming to see what representation they're getting from persons who they voted for.
Yeah.
And at the next election, which is next year, they would change that and let the council be led by a PPP council who will do much more for the city of Georgetown.
Indeed.
Had it not been for the government stepping in and doing all these works within the city, could you imagine what the city would have been looking like?
Yeah.
With no drainage works, no road works, no light security. The constabulary staff would have reduced tremendously. So you don't have that. You're knocking off every single young professional that come across your way that is not bending to you. You want to send them home, and you're getting nothing in return.
Yeah.
It is a sad situation to the state, the present council under this present APNU leadership.
Yeah.
Very, very sad.
Yeah.
And I pray and hope, as I said, only prayers can work. Pray and hope that they get a different train of thought for 2025 and they try to cooperate. Everything they see as political. You come in because you're from the PPP side. Oh, that's what the PPP want? No, we're going to shut it down. It's not what the PPP want, it's what is needed by the citizens. And
Right.
unless you can't see it that way, the city will continue to be in this state.
Yeah.
And so I will thank the president, the vice president, and all his ministers, Minister Edgel, Minister Suzanne, Minister Parag, Minister Anand for stepping in and helping this council and helping this country as a whole.
Yeah.
Georgetown has come a far way with their help. I can say that.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, just when you go in your quiet corner, sit and look at All Boys Town. For instance, look at the boulevard. Look at all over these open spaces. We're now going to get a new road from Cemetery Road right on to Mandela. So
Yeah.
take off that pressure off of the northeast, the Penitence Road. Look at all the roads that we're building. Georgetown is expanding, but the council is still at an ant space. That's the intelligence the council has leading it right now.
Yeah.
That of an ant.
Yeah.
So
Councillor-
compared to an elephant.
Yeah. Councillor
so-
Young.
He's back.
Councillor Young, your closing statements. Quick. Before you go and leave me again. Closing statements.
Quick, I could only ask the council, Johnson City Council, and the leadership that they, for want of a better word, I don't know if you can use another word for leadership, that is being provided to us. If some divine intervention could be made so we could change this.
I just said it.
To change the attitude that's going to happen at the council. for the greater good of the city of Georgetown. If this doesn't change, God knows what's going to happen to us in this city. God knows what's going to happen to us in this city. And I can't conclude without saying thanks to the government for pitching in. Thanks to the government for pitching in and helping us out a lot. Because if this don't happen, well, I guess, like we would say, hell take one.
Got you. Conkless, thank you for taking the time for being with me this morning and informing our viewers on what's been happening down there at the Mayor and City Council. Do keep up the good fight. Hold the faith, I should say. You really need, you got faith like Job in the council, and y'all seem to have it. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Thanks again for being on the program, and do hope that you guys can be back soon once your budget is out to give us a better idea of what's on the cards for 2025 in relation to the budget of the city council. Do have a great day, councillors. Thank you for being here.
All right. Thank you very much for having us. And when the paper budget is out, we'll let you know.
Thank you, Courdel.
All right, take care, Councillor. Cheers, great. Take care, Councillor Young. So, guys, you heard it. City Hall, not much change. Same old. Trouble. Anyway, thank you guys for being on the program. We have some more interviews coming up for you during the week. Special good morning to our accountant / EHR / producer, Miss Umadeli Flavius, on the live this morning. Thank you for being here and increasing the viewership by one. It's always good to have the support of the person who's supposed to be supporting. All the rest of the viewers, Livewire family, have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for being here as usual. And as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees.